I absolutely love making a big slab of St. Louis style ribs out on my Traeger. I love to make them a little bit saucy, nice and tender, fall off the bone almost, but just a really great bite into it. Now, I don't always have 6 hours to put into my rib recipe, especially on Sundays when I get home from church. I have 5 hours or less, and that's how we're gonna do it. We are gonna make these Traeger ribs out there on our pellet smoker in less than 5 hours. The first step to making really great ribs out on your Traeger in less time than the 3-2-1 method starts the day before. We are gonna dry brine these. So what that means is I'm going to remove the membrane off the back of the ribs. I'm gonna trim them up just a little bit. I'm not gonna take too much off, but we're gonna season the ribs on both sides. Then I'm gonna put it on a wire rack and I'm gonna pop that in the refrigerator so that they can dry brine overnight. What that does is the salt from our rub is gonna pull water from the rib, dissolve in that liquid and fall back into our meat. So we are going to end up with a rib that is seasoned well below the surface versus just on the top. During the cooking process, that salt is going to hold our liquid in our rib and it's not going to escape and go anywhere. So we are going to end up with a much more moist and flavorful rib, and in less time, because you know that the biggest part of cooking is moving water, and when our water is locked in, it's gonna mean that our cooking process is not gonna take as much time. This is what the transformation of dry brining actually looks like. This is right after I seasoned them before I put them in the refrigerator. This is the next day, so it's a little bit hard to see, but there's a little less reflection, a little less moisture on the top because of that salting in advance process. Now I can take them out here get them directly on the grill grates. I have my grill set to 300 degrees. I'm gonna place these in the middle of my grill grates and cook them like this with the lid closed for the first 2 hours. While these are out there, I am going to mix up a solution of apple juice and whiskey. I don't really measure, I just do mostly apple juice with a splash of whiskey. If you don't want to use whiskey, you are welcome to use apple cider vinegar instead. That also works the same. But what we're going to do is come out here to our Traeger and we're going to spritz our ribs about every 30 to 45 minutes until it's time to wrap them after that first 2-hour mark. Now we are on to the next phase. This is the Texas crutch, y'all. We are going to wrap our ribs. You have an option. You can choose if you want to do foil, if you want to do butcher paper. I do butcher paper, but I give it another spritz. I add a few tablespoons of butter, some brown sugar. A lot of people do regular honey or hot honey at this point. Once you get that next level of flavor on, we're going to wrap our ribs nice and tight, and we're going to put them back on our smoker. Get the lid closed, and we're going to drop the temperature from 300 degrees down to 250. They're going to go like this for another 2 hours. It's time to prepare our barbecue sauce. Now, one of the most important things to me is a barbecue sauce that is not too heavy. It's a little thinned out, and then I always add a couple tablespoons of butter because I really feel like it just carries the flavor further. So for the last hour, I'm gonna open up my ribs. I'm gonna brush on some of this delicious thinned out sauce so it's moist with tons of flavor, but it's not too heavy. And the rib meat is going to be the star of the show. So after you get a nice even coating all the way around, you're gonna gently wrap your ribs back up and then get that lid closed. All right, from this point, these St. Louis ribs are looking really good. They have gotten a nice coating of a thinned out barbecue sauce. That recipe is in the comments down below. I love this Jack Daniel's sauce. It's great on pretty much anything that comes off of the Traeger. But in about an hour, we'll pull them off, we'll let them rest and cut into them. There are 2 ways to know if your ribs are done. Option number 1 is to take the temperature. An internal temperature of 200 to 205 is excellent. Another option would be to kind of pull on your ribs, slice into them a little bit to see if they are at your level of doneness. These have hit that temperature, so I'm going to get them off of the smoker. I'm going to let them rest a little bit. I'm super excited about this. In just about 5 hours, our ribs reach an internal temperature of 200 degrees, which is perfect to me. If you take them a little bit further, say 205, 210, they will fall apart even more. but I like a rib that I can bite into and that is very tender as well. So just a quick recap. We did 300 degrees for 2 hours unwrapped, and then 3 hours wrapped at 250 and hit that internal temperature of exactly 200 degrees. So these are gonna rest for 10 minutes, then we're gonna cut into them and we're gonna eat. While I cut into these, I want you to see close up what the ribs look like. I got a nice dark color on the outside. The backside looks pretty good. You can see the rib bone pulling away since we removed that membrane. These are going to be really easy to eat, and they're going to be really easy to slice. One thing that I am especially excited about is the smoke ring that I have on these ribs. You can see a nice pink ring up here on the top and just a really great texture all the way through. Down here on the flap of my St. Louis ribs, they did kind of fall apart a little bit, but you can see just how tender the meat really is. It holds onto the bone enough that you can bite into it, but the bone will pull out completely, so that's a great bite. After we have cut them, they've rested. I'm super excited to take a bite and show you what we actually have done here. So this rib in particular, I have a beautiful smoke ring, which I love. They're very tender, and there's still a lot of moisture. If you're one of those people who doesn't like the word moist, I'm sorry, but that's what these are. They, the combination of the rub with our thinned out barbecue sauce, heavenly. Here's the final takeaway. 1, dry brining controls the moisture in your ribs. No matter what temperature and cook time you are going to follow, I highly recommend seasoning your ribs the day before so that you can lock in that flavor and lock in that moisture. 2, as long as you're hitting an internal temperature of 200 degrees, you can play around with that temperature and that time how you want to suit your needs. So don't stress out when you are making ribs on your Traeger. I get a lot of comments, especially on the blog, asking me questions about temperature and time. Trust the final product and learn as you go. That's totally fine. Lastly, I love making food like this because whenever I have people over, this is the kind of food that puts a smile on everyone's face, and that means the world to me. So if that's you, if you want to make some party food, some good stuff for entertaining and having people over, especially on the weekends, make sure you subscribe, come back and see me some more so that we can do this again and devour some really great food. Bye. I'm making an absolute mess of myself, but look at that. Everything has completely pulled away from the bone. These may be the best I've ever made.